Wow, I can't believe I made it inside Darling's home. This invisibility serum really works. I was able to follow him all the way inside without him noticing. Hell, I'm standing directly in front of him and he has no idea. It is so nice being able to watch him completely undetected, to truly see him in his element, totally unsuspecting and relaxed. However, while this is nice, I would rather he pay attention to me. It's the whole reason I created this serum, after all. To spend more quality time with Darling. Hi, honey. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to startle you. Who am I? You don't recognize me by my voice? That's a little disheartening, sweetheart. We have met a few times before. At the grocery store, that coffee shop that you go to every morning, outside your work, outside this very house. I'm not hiding, darling. You can stop looking around. I'm actually standing right in front of you. No, I really am. I'm just invisible. Can't you tell by how close I sound? I'm not lying to you, darling. I've actually been working really hard on an invisibility serum, as crazy as that sounds, and I finally figured it out. It took weeks and many failed attempts, but I eventually created the perfect concoction of chemicals to increase my transparency. Isn't it amazing? I mean, I'm standing right in front of you. I'm not even 3 feet away, and you would have no idea that I was here unless I spoke up. I could have just continued watching you, and you would have had no idea I was here. I probably could have seen some very interesting things, but I'm sure I'll get to see those things eventually anyway. I'm in no rush. This must be a huge shock to you, and understandably so. I mean, this is something that was once just an element of science fiction, and now it's possible. And it's all thanks to you. If it wasn't for you, darling, I would have never even entertained the thought of invisibility. I've had my eyes on you for a long time, darling. And while it makes me so happy to watch you from afar, I just couldn't stop thinking about how amazing it would be if I could be right by your side. Always. No matter where you go. And this formula allows me to do just that. Wait, what? You still don't believe I'm invisible? Baby, I'm right here. Well, why don't I prove it then? I've always wanted to touch these shoulders of yours. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to make you jump, even though I did warn you. Here. Now do you believe me? I have both of my hands on your shoulders right now, and you still refuse to accept it? How about this then? Oh, wow, you are far more ticklish than I thought you were. You're moving all over the place, darling. Okay, sorry. I'm sorry. I'll stop. Look, my hands are up. Wait, I guess you can't see that. Okay, I have another idea. Here, give me your hands. Feel my face. You feel my cheeks, my nose, my jaw. You can run your fingers through my hair too. Who knew all it would take for you to lay your hands on me was a little chemistry and a few hundred hours in the lab? Oh, so you believe me now? Finally. I was beginning to think you were just taking advantage of the situation, faking it just to touch me a little more. Which I guess I couldn't blame you for, because I would totally do the same if the roles were reversed. Gah, this really is amazing. You know, before I followed you home today, I paid a little visit to some old acquaintances of mine. There was a group of girls that I went to school with that weren't exactly the kindest, so I decided to hunt them all down and settle some old scores. Nothing quite like a little retribution. See, I found one of the girls at a cafe down the street. She was dressed beautifully, sat at a table with what I can only assume was her date. When the waiter came with the drinks, I just gave his elbow a little push, absolutely drenching her in cold, sticky cola. Her face resembled that of Edvard Munch's The Scream, except with mascara streaking all the way down her blood-reddened face. She started screaming at the waiter, insulting him with every word in her vocabulary. I might have even started to feel bad if not for the response that she got from her date. He wasn't very pleased to witness that kind of reaction to a mere accident on the waiter's part. You could just read the distaste on his face. He apologized profusely on her behalf, and I have a feeling he won't be calling her again. You know, if anything, I did him a favor. I got to show him her true colors before he wasted even more time on that waste of oxygen. After that, I was on somewhat of a power trip and decided to mess with people I don't even know. I went to a nearby park. There was a gentleman sitting on a bench, and I tapped his shoulder, watched him look around, tapped it again and again. The expression on his face was priceless. I watched him practically lose his mind just over a few taps. After that, I walked over to someone laying in the grass. I started talking to her like I was God, saying things directly in her ear about how I've borne witness to her sins and she must repent. It took all of the strength I had not to burst out in laughter. I played God, and I'm honestly beginning to feel like him. I love how powerful this makes me feel. I feel like I can do anything. But the thing that I was most excited about was approaching you. This is exactly what I was hoping for when I started working on my formula. You know how incredible it feels to be here next to you like this? Without it, I might not have ever gotten to see your home from the inside. I've seen it plenty of times through the windows, but doing it this way makes me feel like we're closer than ever. Not just physically, but emotionally as well. This is going to do such wonders for our relationship. Think about it. I can do whatever I want now, darling. Wherever you go, I can be there. I mean, before I was invisible, I would follow you everywhere you went anyway, but now I don't have to worry about anything or anyone getting in the way. I can be there when you're at home, just lounging on the couch, in the car as you sing your heart out to your favorite songs, while you're at work, at the store. There might be times where you think you're alone, but you won't be. I'll be by your side from the moment you wake up till the moment you close your eyes at night. I might surprise you with my presence by every once in a while just kissing you on the cheek or running my fingers through your hair. Hell, I could probably do whatever I wanted to you, whenever I want. Though, I suppose I should probably hold back while we're in public, as hard as that may be. I've got to remember that I may be invisible, but you aren't. And just the thought of other people seeing your sweet, flustered face makes my blood boil. Do I have more of the serum? Why? You want to be invisible too? You're jealous. I suppose it is amazing. I should give you some? Oh, I don't know. I think I'd rather keep it for myself. I feel like it gives me the upper hand in this relationship. It's best that I hold the power here. Don't you agree? I just love having an advantage over you this way. And that's not even to mention how disappointing it would be if I couldn't see you anymore. All I want to do day in and day out is stare at you. It would be a waste to cover up such an attractive face. Aww, just look at you sulking. You really are jealous, aren't you? That's so cute. Alas, you just can't have it, sweetheart. Pouting like that isn't going to convince me. No. As cute as those puppy dog eyes may be, they're not going to work. While I do wish that you could be invisible to everyone else, it just wouldn't be worth me not being able to see you either. I can't do that for you, but I can make it so that others treat you as if you're invisible. Now that people can't see me, I can prevent all of those vile women from approaching you. If one should cross the line, all I would have to do is follow her home and occasionally start moving things in her line of sight. She'll think it's haunted, pack her bags, and change states. If that doesn't work, I could also just wait until they're walking down a busy street and maybe do it in a more direct way. But I'm sure it wouldn't have to come to that. Probably. Even if it were to, you wouldn't have to worry about it. I mean, come on. No perpetrator, no conviction. I'll do whatever it takes to convince people that you're off limits. And you know that too, don't you? You'll remember that? 'Cause you're mine, and I'm going to ingrain that into your head. Everywhere you go, everyone you speak to, I'll know it all. You won't be able to hide anything from me, so don't even try it. You may feel alone sometimes, but know that I'll always be there, right next to you, watching your every move. Doesn't it feel like a dream come true, darling? I thought so. Now, why don't we go get ready for bed? I know you had a long day at work. I heard your manager giving you an even harder time than usual. Don't worry about them, though. Someone new should be taking their place shortly. I have a feeling they won't be able to work in the condition I left them in. Anyway, let's go wash up. Then I can make us some hot tea and we can spend the rest of the night cuddled up on the couch. Wow, I really sound like I live here, don't I? Though, I suppose I do now. Tomorrow, while you're at work, I can get away for just a moment to go back home and gather all my things. This is going to be the first of many incredible sleepovers. Just me and you, together like this every single night for the rest of our lives.